welcome to another episode of the Daily Dose of Schwab, Klaus Schwab. So we are at the website of the World Economic Forum, countdowning their annual meeting in Davos, Cooperation in a Fragmented World. That is their theme for January 16th, 2023. We have 14 days, 20 hours, and 7 minutes to go. This is a countdown, and you're going to get a dose of this every single day leading up to this World Economic Forum annual meeting. So there are some people that think that I am for the World Economic Forum. I can't even spend 2 minutes to talk about why you would think that. All you have to do is just watch any of my videos. Yes, some of them are satiric in nature. I make fun of Klaus Schwab. I make fun of some of the companies that he's associated with, that kind of thing, because I want people to talk. I want to get people riled up sometimes. I want to get them thinking. If they don't know anything about Klaus Schwab, that's my goal, is to just share a little piece of information about him, about his organization, just a few minutes a day. Then you can carry on with your day, because I know sometimes late at night you're thinking about Santa Claus and you're wondering, what kind of presents does he have in store for you? When I say Santa Claus, talking about Klaus Schwab, of course. And that is the goal. So if you like this kind of thing and you're watching this episode, please consider subscribing. Feel free to comment. I do not turn off my comments. I always appreciate your feedback. Let me know your thoughts. Have you read any of his books? I read The Fourth Industrial Revolution. I read Stakeholder Capitalism, and also Shaping the Future of the Fourth Industrial Revolution. Like I mentioned in previous videos, I'm also listening to what's his name? Yuval Noah Harari's book, Sapiens, 21 Truths for the 21st Century, reading that book as well, Homo Deus, all that. So trying to educate myself on what makes these people tick. What are they thinking about? So one of the biggest things I think is going to show up on this, on their agenda for the World Economic Forum, is going to be artificial intelligence, specifically how to incorporate that in our lives. I think that's going to be first and foremost. How can we implant a cell phone into the human body? Because that's what they talk about. They talk about this stuff night and day. This is why Klaus Schwab does not sleep at night. He wants to ingest us with an iPhone or a phone, any phone. And if you think I'm kidding, read his book. Read any of his books. He talks about this. And the reason for that is they want us to feel safe. Because right now, maybe I'm not feeling safe unless this phone is under my skin. And maybe they need to track us to make sure that if heaven forbid another event happens in the near future where we get sick, maybe it's a good idea to have something wearable, whether that's our clothing, because maybe we can have some kind of technology like a bodysuit that fits us, that makes us look good, and it's seamless and all this kind of stuff, that they can track our every movement. And again, this sounds like science fiction, but this is what they're talking about right now, having wearable items. Right now, the headset, the Oculus headset is kind of cumbersome. It's too big. But I can see in the future, a couple years down the road, where you're going to be talking to someone and you're going to be looking at them and they're going to be like, you're not here right now. Oh yeah, sorry. I'm just watching a video on Klaus Schwab right now. I'm just listening to what he's saying. Yeah, but we're in a restaurant and we're having a nice meal and you're watching videos on YouTube on your glasses. And because this is socially acceptable, it's not socially acceptable. I don't even know if I have. Do I have? I was looking for, I have some 3D goggles, but that's not acceptable right now in society to wear a massive headset and ignoring people. But if you have contact lenses or if you have glasses and nobody can tell what you're watching, you could sit there and work all day like a zombie as long as you get your work done, and you could be binge watching Netflix or whatever movie that you want, and nobody would know the difference. They can track your heart rate, all kinds of stuff in order for you to be safe. That is the goal. And the guy back here, I don't know if you could see that, Elon Musk, talks about artificial intelligence at length, especially on Joe Rogan, and says, I tried to warn you. You did not listen to me. Artificial intelligence is dangerous and all this kind of stuff. And yet he's trying to produce Neuralink, where you can actually attach little wires that are smaller than the width of your hair into your brain and map your brain and all kinds of stuff so that they can control your mind. Obviously, at the end of the day, that's what the goal is. And I, as a Christian, I shudder at the idea of people tampering with our brains. We don't even understand it. If you can't bring a mosquito back to life after swatting it, and you can't duplicate or clone mosquitoes and all this kind of stuff, then why are we messing with the human brain? Why are we doing this? I'm not against mosquitoes. If any of you mosquito lovers are out there and you're like, I love being bit by mosquitoes. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about if we're having trouble with that, why would you want to map a human brain, especially, and this is the thing that the World Economic Forum and all their colleagues forget about. They don't know what the consequences are of this. They just dive straight ahead and they're like, we're going to do this even though we don't know what the outcome is. We know how to get started, but we don't know what the outcome is. They could be, we could wipe out the whole planet. And I know that sounds like an exaggeration, but some of the things that they're diving into could very well end society as we know it, and they're okay with that. That's one of the things that you'll notice in their books, especially the fourth industrial revolution. They talk about that. So it's kind of interesting that they're always talking about when they want to change stuff for the betterment of society, but they kind of forget about the consequences. And they talk about disruptions like it's nothing. Millions of people will be disrupted with the fourth industrial revolution. But this is a consequence of you not catching up, you not getting on the same playbook as what the World Economic Forum is. So that's why they're pushing this stuff through, is they want to bring technology, bring artificial intelligence, combine it with us for the betterment of us, but they're not doing it themselves. Steve Jobs would never give his kids an iPhone, an iPad, or anything like this. Probably the same thing with Elon Musk. He probably has an old phone. I don't think he has a modern iPhone. I could be wrong about that. I don't think he's spending time on Facebook in the metaverse with a headset. Like, these guys aren't doing what they're telling you to do. They're doing the opposite. They're buying land. Like Klaus Schwab is buying land for expansion. But in his book, he's saying that it's actually better for you or I to actually rent our place, to rent our vehicles out. And if you're not using it, let someone else use your vehicle. Let someone else use the space in your home when you're on vacation, all this kind of stuff. And eventually you're not going to own anything, but you're going to be happy. And we're going to reduce all the premiums because you don't own anything. We're going to make it so that we can put more money in your bank account, but it's all going to be digital. And we want to set it up so that we can tax you instantaneously. You don't even have to worry about it. You just go do your work, whatever it is, and we're going to be able to tax you instantaneously, no matter what we feel we want to tax you. This is stuff that they're talking about, and it's coming down the pipes. It's just fascinating that people that we've never voted for are making decisions for us. And I think that's the thing that ticks me off the most, is I never voted for anybody in the World Economic Forum. These are businesses, these are corporations that have their stakeholders up at the top, and that's their priority. It's not you or me. It's not us. So that's it for today's video. I hope you got something out of this, and I'll see you in the next episode. Don't forget to subscribe. Feel free to comment, and I'll see you later. Bye for now.